Alright guys, welcome back to Ralph's house. We've cut in a sky and we're not really through it yet. We're going to jump back and forth, but I want to get these mountains cut in. Get them placed where they're going to be. And to make my mountains, in Tennessee we got greenest state, the land of the free. A lot of color, a lot of greenery, but I don't want it to be right here in your face. We're going to kind of grade it and keep it in the background. To do that, I'm going to pull some of my green. We won't have green mountain obviously. I'm going to grab some white. Mix that in with it. And I'm going to grab some of this in and put in here with that. I want to change that green to kind of a mountain color green. I mean, it's something we keep back in there. Let's get this up where we're going to sit on this. So let's mix that in together. And that's kind of keep that green back there in the background. It'll just touch more. Let's see if that won't give us what we need to do there. At least get started to paint into. So we're going to have that mountain. We've got that mountain coming along here. And it's coming up. And Lookout Mountain comes up to a grand knoll at the top. It just kind of stops where you look over, and that's why it's called Lookout Mountain, and drops off into the valley. I just painted over part of my boat. And I'm bad about doing that, but those things don't bother me. So I know where the boat is. I drew it once, I'll draw it again. Let's cut that shape we want on that mountain. That does bother. I want to make sure we have that mountain shape we want. Where it drops off and then picks up. And I want to keep that mountain kind of back there in the background a little bit. Just get some paint on here. Let's get this covered. There's my smokestacks. They're going to come up there and kind of be silhouetted by the mountain kind of behind it. That's where the mountain drops off into the valley right there. We're just trying to get some paint in here. Anywhere that mountain's going to show, we got to get it in there. Instead of that deck, that's an open deck there. Got to get the mountain in there. We'll paint all that back on top of it. If I don't do it now, it'll be hard to cut around all those little fine detail stuff. So do it now. But so we painted that picture so dark, we can still see where the boat is. We can still see everything. Grab a little more color here, a little more water, and just let's get that in there. So here's another ridge right there, all the way down to the riverbank. And so that's kind of going to give us a shape of where our mountain's going to be. What we want our mountain to do. Let's get this shape up here. So it's going to come down here right beside the boat. Make sure we get to the top. All the parts where the mountain will be, where it will show, behind the gangplank there. These other mountains that were over here kind of in the background a little bit, carry them up on top. So again, we're just kind of drawing right now. We're still drawing. We're just trying to figure out where we want things to be. Where we want that greenery to be. I want to have all these there. Grab a little more of that green, put in there. A little more of that burnt skin. I mix the two together. Get these mountains that are over here. They're heading off. Because again, this isn't a. It's not a sky picture. It's not a mountain picture. They're just there. That's the way Chattanooga is, a land of little mountains all over the place. They all come to a point right in Chattanooga where all them mountains come. I get behind our house, just roll that paint in there. Now obviously we're trying to cover a lot of ground real quick. Got that little mountain back here, that's Raccoon Mountain. That's a funny name for a mountain, Raccoon Mountain. We got it back there, and I'm going to do it a little bit darker. Mix in with that. I still like that kind of red color. I just want a little bit darker than what I got there. That just gives me a good mountain color. Kind of a green, red for a background mountain. Now, a mountain's always darker at the top than it is down at the base, so try to keep it that way a little bit. Let's get that in there. Carry that along a little bit. That's where it kind of drops off the mountain there to the valley. If you look out mountain, you'll see that. What if those little drop offs, we wouldn't have the roads one at the side of the mountain. We wouldn't have a way to get a road up there. That's where that mountain just kind of drops off into the valley there. Continues along, right along here. Just roll that brush right along the top. Again, we're still trying to just get our shapes where we want things to be. Just got to know right there. See that part of that mountain where it comes across right there. And see that dark is going to give me, we have a light boat, got to have a dark background. You can't do one without the other. And so y'all will figure some of this stuff out when you start doing it. We're not afraid to just put all these colors in there. Carry that on across. That's going to be, we'll have a light roof on that house. We've got to have dark to have a light roof. Is it shaping up a little bit back there in the background, boys? We hope so. Grab a little bit more green, a little bit more red, mix them two together, get that good. I still want this mountain to be a little bit, there we go. A little bit more up here at this point. There we go. I want that point to be there. This is the way Lookout Mountain's kind of shaped. Comes that big crest up there. Drops off down here to the valley. Who wouldn't want to paint like this? As I tell you what, I love to paint. Just ain't nothing like it. There are these trees here. Gotta get all that canvas covered. We're gonna do some glazing on this too. We're gonna build so much depth in here. We're gonna have paint on top of paint. Kind of leave them mountains back there. Let's get that up just a hair there, and drop it off to the valley. Trees, there's a little mountain ridge coming up here. Uh-oh, just moved my canvas. I tell you what, right now is probably about time to take a break so I can tighten my canvas back up. I don't want to drop off my lamp. You see how that's coming up there right outside that building? I put your reflection in the water. With that mountain coming up there, we've got to have that in there. We're going to kind of blend that in. Don't be afraid to put some of that in there. So we got it right there behind that pilot house. It's dark up there to make that house light. It's going to be dark in the water too. Catch our mountain in there. We've got a mountain back there in the background. As my brush gets drier, I'll carry it to some of these other areas. Just carrying it down the river. Guys, it don't get no better than this. Y'all come.